What's up, everybody? How's it going? It is Matt, and it is Terrifying Tuesday. First and foremost, I hope each and every one of you are having a great morning, evening, dawn, day, or dusk, all that wonderful stuff, because life's short enough as is. Please do like, share, and subscribe. I do love seeing all your new faces, and of course, all your old faces. I have always loved seeing yours. Please also do always look in the description box. There's always going to be more information in there on the film of the day, such as a brief synopsis, a list of the starring cast, your director, the runtime of the cut I am watching, any little trivia, any little fun facts that I can come up with that'll be in there. Nothing too crazy, nothing like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. What I used to do back in the day was I would put as many facts on there as I could find on everybody and everything. I think it became a little too much of a read at that point, but what I do now I think is plenty enough. I don't want to bore you guys. I'm not a writer by any means as well. But I do always look in there for all that stuff, and there's always going to be a link for either a trailer, which is 9 times out of 10 that's what it's going to be, or a link for a scene in the film. It's very rare when I don't have one or the other, but do always look in the description box for more information. Especially like today's one. Today's is an interesting one. It came off the Video Nasty Section 3 list, which is a fun little list. I feel like Section 3 gets overlooked a lot of times because of the first two, Section 1 and 2 have so many infamous titles on it. It's just mind-boggling, some of the great stuff they have. But Section 3 is just, if you go through the list itself and actually look at what's in there, there is some behemoths. There is some monster films in there. There's some really good stuff. And this one I feel like is good. It's one of the better made type ones for as far as a B budget goes, because this one is very B budget, not quite your mid-level. Actually, I'd say it's probably C level, like in between C and B. It's like a C plus, it's close to that B. But this one came out in 1982, so it is 38 years ago now. It makes me feel old. I was a whopping 2 years old when that came out, folks. Let's see, this one is not rated. It's running at an hour and 36 minutes, at least the cut is that I'm watching. Being that it's been on the Video Nasty Section 3 list, I imagine this has suffered a lot of cuts along the way, mostly the gore, I'm guessing, but there's not that there's a lot in here, but there is a couple of shots where it gets nice and bloody, and things get a little bit of the red comes out. It's fun. This one stars Sid Haig as a guy named Cutter in here. I'm gonna throw Sid Haig out here right away. He is not the main star of the movie. A guy named Steve Barkett is the writer, star, director, producer, the man, the myth, the legend. The guy does everything in the movie. He's even the man on the cover. I mean, he's everything about this movie. This is his baby. But I feel like if it wasn't for people like Sid Haig, who plays a guy named Cutter, which any of you if you're fans of Devil's Rejects, House of a Thousand Corpses, Three from Hell, should know that Sid Haig, the Captain Spaulding character, has another alias, and it's Cutter. And I really, really liked that when I first saw this was last week. And it really, I thought that was really cool. I was like, oh, I see what you did there, Rob Zombie. You made a reference to an older movie that he was in, references of references and references, which is cool. I do kind of like that about his movies, is that they're full of fun little references to other movies that I've liked along the way. I know a lot of their stuff gets a lot of flack, though. I don't understand why. I guess I'm just maybe I'm just a little too lenient on a lot of filmmakers. Maybe I overlook a lot of the bad and try to find every bit of good in something that I can. Try to find the most positive I can, because negative is something we can always find no matter what. Nothing is perfect. Nothing is flawless. And if you think there is, you're full of crap. No, I'm kidding. Anyways, now, like I said, this has Sid Haig in here. It also has Lynne Margulies, Christopher Barkett, who is Steve Barkett's son, and his daughter, also Laura Ann, is in this as well. She plays, I forget the name of her character, but she both. Her character and a bunch of other ones, they have a very sad demise to their characters, so that was a little bit of a spoiler, but it's not one where it's going to be a life or death situation on whether you should watch this movie or not, because there's lots of other things about this movie that should make you watch it. And then who else do we got here? We got Alfie Martin in here. We got Dick Miller has a very small role in here. Jim Danforth, and then of course a very, very small role as the curator is none other than Forrest J. Ackerman. Yes, man of was it famous movies of Monsters of Filmland or something, I believe was the name of his baby that he did, his running publication that he had. If you don't know who Forrest J. Ackerman is, do look him up. The guy's a legend amongst the community. Definitely one that was a great inspiration for a lot of people back in the day, or at least the guy helped their inspirations come to life. One of those kind of guys. He was a great guy for the community. And then see, like I said, Steve Barkett is writing, directing, producing, writing, producing, directing. He's doing everything in this movie, and it's none other than The Aftermath, aka what is it? In the Aftermath, aka Zombie Aftermath, I believe was the other title it had. It had a couple of titles in it, but here's your Steve Barkett character right here. That is an exact picture of him. I swear, except for the whole shirtless gimmick that we got going on here. I don't ever remember seeing him running around shirtless in the movie. He definitely was running around and trying to look all cool and buff and all that kind of stuff. He's basically like a 80s porn star mixed with Charlton Heston in this movie. It's kind of like these astronauts are up in space. They lose contact with Earth for a long time. They come back to Earth and they find that it's been completely destroyed. It's been everything is just gone, and they find out that's why they lost their contact. In the process, they find out that there are people that have been mutated and are basically cannibals at this point. Because the war has been decimated by both biological and nuclear warfare, so there has been people that have been mutated in this as well. And then there's also other people, like I said, Sid Haig plays a guy named Cutter in here. He is a part of a roving band of bandits, like basically land pirates is what you could call them. They are going around raping and pillaging and just doing everything dastardly they can to everybody in sight. They're definitely not good people. Now, as far as like any kind of key scenes that you have in here, there's a very, very nice scene that when Steve Barkett's character meets Forrest J. Ackerman. There's a very, very notable scene there that I really, really liked. It was they go over the history of man, and he's creating a final exhibit. That was basically man's last stand, basically before everything fell. One of those kind of things. What his representation of it was at the time. Very. It looked very grim. That's all I'm going to say. But it was a very good scene, very notable. This thing has a very nice body count. I'm not going to lie. It's one of those left and right people are getting killed. It's not triple digits. It's double digits for sure. Not triple digits. Not that many. I wish that'd be awesome. It's not Prometheus or Dead Alive, who both of those have like triple digit insane amount body kills. Fun stuff on those. You either love them or you hate them. I love both of them. This one I like a lot, but I don't love it. I can see myself watching it every now and again. This is one I'll break out because I think it'd go good with The Day After or Threads or Miracle Mile. Which, if you haven't seen Miracle Mile, check that one out. That one is like highly, highly, highly underrated in my opinion, as an the end of the world nuclear holocaust type movie goes. That shit is pretty scary if you really boil it down. Like, oh, this could really happen. I mean, it's the aftermath, and this is what it's all about. As far as any kind of ratings go on this one, technical side, this thing it's put together rather well. You can tell that Steve Barkett, this was his baby, that he really wanted to put a lot into this, and he really did. The production value is very, very good for being something that took 3 years to basically be filmed. It took him quite a while, 4 or 5 years, something like that. I can't remember, 3 to 5. We'll just say 3 to 5, because he started in, I think, 1978. But either way, it took him numerous years, numerous tries, numerous attempts, and new additions, and removing stuff, and script changes, and doing everything he can to see this thing come to life, and he did. And I applaud the man for it. The guy made it onto the Video Nasties list, which is a extra bonus. So do check out the Video Nasty Section 3 list, guys. So I'm going to give this one a 3 on the 1 through 5 when it comes to a technical side. It's not super... it's not going to blow your socks off on editing. Editing is a little wonky in this one, I feel, because your momentum gets a little... It stutter steps in places. It stutters, and then it drops, and then it picks back up. It's like it trips over its own feet a couple of times, but it quickly picks itself up. But all in all, I think he did an okay job on the technical side. The acting, of course, is pretty dead. Steve's acting is... I don't know. I understand sometimes directors want to be in their own films. Not all of them are good, in my opinion. I'm looking at you, Clint Eastwood. Yes, I do love a lot of your films, but you need to stop being the star in all of them. Just saying. Anyways, I have a hard time when directors do that, and the way he puts himself in this as the top bill, he's the baddest of the baddest of the badasses. He's not really that in shape compared to some of the other characters. In my opinion, I feel like Sid Haig could have took this dude easily. But other than that, I mean, it's all in all, it's a fun movie. So in an entertainment side, even with the whole Steve Barkett being the entire star, the guy, like, you see him more than anything else in this entire movie, and it gets a little annoying, but it could be much worse. I wanted more Sid Haig. That's all. My only beef with this one is I wanted more Sid Haig. The ending was it worked. I liked it. I like the ending of it. It's not upbeat. It's not downbeat. It is how you take it, and I really liked it. And yeah, check it out, The Aftermath. I'm going to give it a, what am I going to say, a 3. So it's a 6 out of 10 type of movie. Yeah, I think 5, 6 out of 10 is what it is. You know, it's middle of the road, something that you can pass it up. It's nothing like The Road, which is another after the world, the aftermath of type Fallout type ordeals, which I don't like that movie because it's so depressing. It makes me just want to jump off of a bridge. That's why I don't like it that much. But it is really, really well made and extremely well done all the way around. And I can commend it all day for that, but I just don't like it because it makes me sad. All right, guys. Love your faces. Tomorrow I got a weird one for you. It's going to be a science fiction type creature feature. It's one that I had never seen until last night. I'm going to rewatch it tomorrow, either tonight or tomorrow morning, just so I can have it a little more fresh in my brain, because I get very forgetful along the way. Anyways, all right. Love your faces as always. I'll see you tomorrow.